Hello, hello, it's your girl Salil Moon. I'm back. Yeah, I took a little hiatus, and apparently I took a hiatus for a little bit too long. I was over here getting irritated with myself and with my son over something that wasn't even have nothing to do with us. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Because apparently, several people got a lot of things to say. There's been a lot of, for lack of a better term, there's been a lot of reconciliation, regret, what ifs, bit off more than I can chew, all that kind of energy going around. And let me say this, when everybody thinks about reconciliation, they think about making total amends with someone, uh, putting a relationship back together. They think about re-snuggling up to a former business partner or family member. There's nothing wrong with just hearing somebody out so y'all can both make your peace with it, or at least you can make your peace with it and go on about your day. But yeah, there's someone's out here is regretting stuff so hard, and they've gone back to that baser emotion that we all learned first, which is anger. You know, it's easier to admit or easier to act angry than to admit that you're afraid. It's easier to talk a big game to admit that you're wrong. It's easier to do a whole lot of things that come back to that baser emotion of anger and aggression than being regretful, remorseful, scared, uncertain. But the first card out was you deserve better. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have someone or several someones out there that their whole hiccup with you, their whole bullshit with you, and I'm going to say bullshit because they ain't treat you right, was because they knew you deserved better. They knew they couldn't live up to it, but they wanted to hold on to you anyway. Now they got to deal with this because you pulled your energy back, you've ended the relationship, you cut off communication, you blocked their ass. Now they're really wondering if it's over. Now they living in flashbackville. You see this? The thought of you makes me smile inside. Should have thought about that when it would have mattered, but we won't ruminate on that. You worry so much. They miss your concern for them. Maybe you used to dote on them. Maybe you used to make a big deal out of cheering them up when life was kicking them. I knew it all along. Now some of you guys are going to have to deal with this motherfucker. They've chased you away. They've pushed every button you have. And when you finally left, they're going to use that as proof. I knew you wasn't going to stay after spending 9 weeks, 9 months, maybe even 9 years doing everything humanly possible to make sure you didn't want to stay with their ass. And I'm going to stick this over here, past life regression. That's a heavy one. Who? I don't feel like that card is typical. I feel like this person is really suffering from flashback mode. They are going through it. They are going through every memory, every extra chance that you gave them. They are going through any opportunity. Like I said, if it's a work situation, they had to hire you and didn't, or promote you and wouldn't, or start that business with you, and the him they hauled. When you reached out, they didn't reach back. Never meant to hurt you, but they did. I want to be different. They're going to have to work on it in more than thoughts and words. Anything outside of action, unacceptable. Do you still think about me? Of course you do. And I want to let you guys know that it's okay. This is a reminder. To still be thinking about someone you once cared about, even though you know damn good and well this person's not any good for you. And that's going to roll me back around to that reconciliation thing. Some of you guys might gain a lot of peace if this person approaches you with a heartfelt apology or an explanation for their behavior, whatever. Hearing them out Now, hey, no judgment here. If you want to tell them, don't let the good Lord door hit you, or the good Lord split you, and tell them to keep going, perfectly understandable. But sometimes both of you could gain a lot of peace, or what some people call closure or understanding, just from hearing a person out if they're willing to finally be honest. I want to man up and honor you. Somebody's gonna come. Now, I feel like I said, there's reconciliation stuff in the air. I feel like for a small margin of you, there will be people that come back at you, and they really mean this. And they're gonna show you with action. You're not gonna have to worry about whether they're honest or not. They're gonna come in proving to you that they're ready to man up. But for the rest of you, most of us, notice I said us, because I feel like there's some vultures circling back around to me now too. Pretty words. It ain't gonna be nothing but a bunch of pretty words. Karma, yeah. A lot of you serve some people's karma up on a silver platter. Whether they were stringing you along, whether they were leaving you in lack, whether they were just doing everything they could to get your attention in all the wrong ways possible. Let me just say that. Instead of being able to come to you and say, I don't feel secure in our relationship, or I need more of your time and attention, person would just go ghost on you, right? So you chase them. They would wait until you were at a low point and you really needed help, and they wouldn't help you. That was their way of trying to show you that you needed them, and so you would come back and feed their ego, begging and pleading. But what they ended up doing, which is why this karma card is here, is teaching you how to live without them, teaching you how to get your shit together your own way, teaching you that, hey, I don't need a business partner. I'll do this on my own. It might take me longer. I might have to do it different. Yeah, you serve them up karma on a silver platter. Some of these mofos took off. They might even took off with a third party. They never saw you not letting them come back. Some of you slammed that door so hard, so firm, you broke the key off in the lock. Can we work this out again? Some reconciliation spirit in the air, but for the large majority, the best thing you'll probably be able to work out is we understand each other now. But for some of you, like I said, if it feels right and this person is manning up and doing right, go for it. Am I on the right path, or am I on the right path? Is there a second chance? And like I said, it's thin and wispy. I'm gonna tell you. For most, it is horribly thin and wispy. We all have free will. If you want to give this person a second chance, but just know, this ain't their second chance, is it? It ain't even their third. For most people watching a tarot card reading about relationships, you down in the double digits of giving this motherfucker a chance. What have they done with all the rest of them? Realize that unless they are coming back with actual action that they have manned up, you are putting yourself back in that position to increase those double digits. They on chance 22, it's either they final chance, or you going to give them a chance to make it number 23, number 24, number 25. Because once you open that door back up, remember, you broke the key off in that lock. You did that to shut them out. You did that to protect yourself. And if you go through all of the motions of digging that broken piece out of the lock just to let this person back in, all I can say is there was a reason why you shut that door and broke the key off in it. So be real. Think long, think strong. Think long, think long, think long. Working hard on myself, I can feel you. I'm sure a lot of you have been dreaming about this person. And I'm sure you've worked on yourself, and they're going to come back and say they worked on their self, but I feel like it's two different works. I feel like you've been working to get along through your life without them, and they've been working on how to run game on a lot of people again, how to weasel themselves back in, how to pick that broken piece of the key out the lock. I can feel you. Of course you can. You can't spend a whole lot of time with a person. You can't share relationship, life, family, network, work network, whatever this is, without feeling the person. And you notice I set this card aside. I see you in myself. The reason you held on to this person is because you could see not only elements of yourself in this person, you could see who they were underneath all the bullshit that they've surrounded themselves with. I told my therapist, I said, because he said something about the fact that my ability to see through my husband's bullshit. Now, the ex-husband was part of the reason I unnerved him. I said it was worse than that. I didn't see through him. I saw to him. I saw what he was trying so hard to hide under all that anger, all those words, all those empty promises, all that. I could see it. But you can't sustain a relationship off of somebody's buried potential that they ain't willing to dig out themselves. You know, you have to hire an archaeologist to get down into the depths of some people because they're not willing to get to their true selves. They would rather hide. One more for the road here. Can you forgive me? I have a weird stance on forgiveness. People say sometimes you have to forgive people for yourself. I feel like there needs to be another word. Boo, would you check the camera? Am I rolling? Because if I've talked this long and I ain't rolling, I'm going to be sad. I thank you. Ooh. You can tell I'm off my game. Your girl Slim Moon is off the game. I feel like there needs to be another word between not forgiving and forgiveness. Something that has to do with acceptance and understanding. You can accept someone approaching you and sharing their flaws and clearing up misconceptions so you can come to an understanding and come to a place where you're okay without it being total forgiveness and trying to move forward along the same path you were on. Because a lot of people, when they say, I'm sorry, and you say, I accept your apology, I forgive you, they want to sweep shit under a rug like they didn't spend that 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years torturing you. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't about that life anymore. And like I said, reconciliation is, some people are ascending. They're waking up, they're getting past their own bullshit. Some of them do regret their behavior. And some of them ran for you because they don't know how. But without a lot of effort, you managed to get to their heart. And that's not something that's happened a lot. Maybe you were supposed to be, like I said, a passing fancy, a fly-by-night, a one-night stand. But somehow, some way, you made a comfy little place in their heart and they couldn't deal with it. That's why they ghosted you. That's why they ran. That's why they treated you poorly, because they're not used to people being close to them. There I go, needing something to drink again. You said, did, and maneuvered all the white ways. First day with a new tongue. Right ways. And I ain't know what to do with that. So they did what they're used to doing. Anytime serious emotion is at play, they ran scared. And then I got the standby card. I feel like I pulled this blank card anytime I need to re-mention the fact that we've all got free will. When you're standing at a crossroads, you can go either way. I'm just here to remind you all the possibility of what's on the end of all the roads. Or at least what's down the path. I can't tell you what's at the end. But reopen the door that you slammed closed, locked, and broke the key in. That path is not going to be easy. Even if it manages to work, it's not going to be easy. And this past life regression, and I see myself in you, you're human. Ending something with somebody a lot of times, like I said, I've just gone through the voice. It feels like the life I wanted, and it feels like my extended family. It feels like a lot of things just died. It's like I'm grieving something, like I'm going through the whole process of like what you go through when someone close to you died. But that's part of the process. So you think you might be hemming and hawing whether or not you made the right decision. You're really just going through the steps of grieving, letting go of the past so the future can come in. So don't think you're second guessing yourself just because you're having flashbacks, going down memory lane, and you're going through emotions. It's normal. Let yourself go through it, have a good cry, get you some Chips Ahoy's, bag of marshmallows, ice creams, and a banquet apple pie. I suggested it can soothe all your woes. But let's see. Funny, you got soulmate popped out here. So some of you are dealing with somebody you had an intense connection with. Home foundation. Ooh, that's probably why this person is coming back. Anxiety and worry. Yeah, either you were home for them or you shared a home with them, and they really feel like they screwed up. And I don't know where this goes. I feel like this is for you, collective, that you need to surrender to finally being free and get yourself out there to have some fucking fun. Because I have a feeling if you're here watching this, whether it's at 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years, you ain't been having a whole lot of fun dealing with all of this mash up. Again, just remember that experiencing a high level of emotion. Oh yeah, you're going to hear from them. Unsent messages. They've been typing messages, emails, and so you're going to hear from them. But if you go the other route, you'll be meeting somebody new soon. I feel like a broken record. I had just said I was watching some of my favorite tarot card readers, and I said, y'all sound like a broken record. Y'all all saying the same thing. There's new love coming, and here I am. Same shit, different day, right? Unexpected. All of a sudden. Divine timing, believe in divine timing. And then you've got cheating and broken trust. So it's like you've basically got this pile and you got that one. What do you want to do? I'm not saying reconciliation is necessarily bad, but divine intervention, time for reflection, silence and no contact. I have a feeling if you let yourself move on to something new, you won't ever have to deal with this silent treatment, this hearing someone constantly, I never meant to hurt you, I want to be better, I'm thinking of it, I regret my behavior, I'm working on myself, can you forgive me? It's like, this is a pile of horse shit, if you ask me. It's a complete pile of horse shit. So, do you want to live in a pile of horse shit, or do you want to finally dig yourself out and maybe quite possibly go live in a pile of abundance, loving, nurturing, and all of that stuff? Because this, you know how many cards is in this deck? We ain't pulled not one damn favorable one out of it. Out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's pull 22 for the road. I can't hold back any longer. Yeah, you're going to hear from them. So out of the initial 21 cards in this deck, we ain't pulled not one damn positive one out of it. So if that tells you anything about who you're dealing with and who you're leaving behind, you're leaving behind or have left behind. A lot of you left this person behind and they're trying to They're trying to circle back. It's like a batarang. You know, like with Batman, they try to boomerang back. Here they come. It's like acid reflux. That's what I would like to call people. People that come back when you least expect it. You open your mouth and birch, and here they are, that sour, leaving a sour taste in your damn mouth again with the same bullshit. Again, I would say cut them loose. But I don't like to end on such a serious note. I'm going to pull out the other deck and let's see if we can get a few words on this new thing that's coming. Huh? See if we can get a few words on this new thing that's coming. Because all that was heavy. But that was just me giving tough love, not only to you guys, to myself, because I've been sitting here, because I shut the door on a lot of people. It wasn't just my now ex-husband. There's a lot of people. I was just like, no, you just been yanking my chain. If you want to yank a chain, I suggest you get a puppy and go flush your toilet, because I ain't the one. I'm over it. I am completely over it. So let's see. Let's get this off camera, because I don't think you can light fires on camera over here. You never know what YouTube would ding me for. I ain't trying to get dinged again. It took me a long time to recover. My son always reminded me, like, Mom, you gotta be on your P's and Q's. You don't want to piss off the YouTube guys again. He over there trying not to laugh. He give me the smirk. You see a smirk on his face. But I did. I did something that ticked them off with either some music I had in the background or something I said. And let me just say, I was down to getting... If I got 20 views on the video, it was a miracle. So let's clear the air a little bit. And what's new? What's new? What's new? Ooh, I like it. I like it. First thing you got is boundaries. Blocking someone, holding your space, and cutting off contact. That sounds like someone has made a decision not to deal with anything. And followed immediately by healthy choices. Cleaning up your act, taking care of yourself, choosing better partners. A little bit of a throwback to what we just talked about when we was dealing with the other deck. Feeling up in the air, disconnected, uncertain, fleeting feelings. All normal, all normal. But it looks like a bunch of you be moving. Whether this is literally into a new home, house key. Whether this is metaphorically, like moving on with your life, or in actuality, like me, changing domiciles. But it looks like moving in together, getting a new home, going away. So I'm going to just say I like the feel of it. Anything else? A bunch of shit fell out. I don't think I want all of that, but yeah, I ain't gonna take all of that. 8 cards fell out. If it wants back out, it'll come back out, right? But that looks pretty good. Or is it telling me to switch up? Yeah. Tell me to switch it. So what's going on here? It looks like a lot of this new is just you feeling anew and renewing things with yourself. Because just this cleaning up your acts, taking care of yourself, and choosing better partners, that's a lot. What we got here? Date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, healing heart, boat, I like you. Okay. And then we got on the bottom of the deck the chaser. Okay. Told you there's positive cards in the deck that I have, but they only show themselves when they want to. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And sometimes we can get addicted to our own suffering. We can get addicted to patterns. A lot of times we go back to things we don't like just because they're familiar. Because the unknown is uncertain, and the fear of that brings us back to that whole, well, I'd rather deal with the devil I already know than the devil I don't. Get rid of that. Vote. Your ship has come in. That's the first thing. Your ship has come in. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. I almost read that as closure issues. Do that too. And don't think I've ever seen this card. This is one of the tarot card decks that I have literally had for over a decade. This one says, I like you, with the little heart bubbles around it. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting. Want to date. If you open your eyes, there's probably someone in your purview around you that's been showing you all the signs, signals, and synchronicities of liking you. But if you like me, you're Captain Oblivious. I take forever to pick up on those signals. Two opposing cards. I got kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving, affectionate and falling in love. And then I got girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enable boundaries. And that's funny, our first card was boundaries. I feel like you're going to have to use your discernment as people move close to you. Whether it's the other person coming back to prove that there's a snake in the grass you already know that there are. Or if life is going to send you a test to see if you've learned your lessons. Are you going to go with that person that love bombs you and gives you all those pretty words that you're used to that leads you down the path that you're trying to get off of so hard? Are you going to open yourself up to things moving at a natural pace? Something unconditionally loving, where the giving and receiving is reciprocal? True affection, actually let yourself fall in love. And I feel like I need to leave that right there. This is your girl, Celeste Moon. I'm pretty sure today is Tuesday, February the 17th. I hope you guys are doing well, and I love you. Just remember, be real with how you feel. Anything less leads to nothing but absolute teetotal stress. Y'all have a good one. I already feel lighter and more like a human being for having done this. I will see you tomorrow. I feel like it was me getting off my routine that had me all discombobulated. Or as me and my son like to say, disconfuculated. We're far enough down the video, I could drop the F-bomb now.